today we are asking the question, does VShred work? You've seen it all over YouTube. Big buff guy called Vince.
What's going on, everyone? This is Vince with VShred.com.
And he's putting VShred out there, so I thought I'd answer that question. Bit of background, because I've tried it already. About a year and a half ago, I had a movie coming up, because I work as an actor, an action movie. I wanted to look a bit better. Already looked okay. For my age, I'm 55 now, about to turn 56. But I just wanted to, be able to compete with the young guns. And I had been rolling in jiu-jitsu.
Oh, here we go, shooter!
I'd also been doing a lot of surfing. Occasionally I would lift, if I was going to do a competition, then I would do the Randy Couture Grappling Circuit.
You want to have a nice close grip and pull the bar all the way up under your chin. Again, it's important to use a weight that you can work with.
This is all great, but I just wanted something else. Back in the day, in my 30s, I'd go out to a gym and have some young punk write me a program, and you just work through that, and you do 3 sets of 8 or whatever exercise and tick it off. Away you go. You're ready to be in shape. And that worked, but I did the Scott Adkins diet for a while. Well, actually, it wasn't the diet, it was his workout. And some of his diet I looked at, and being intrinsically lazy about diet and food, I just stuck to the lifting. And that was pretty good. I might drop a link or a screenshot of that, and you can see the kind of thing he does. You can go online and grab that anytime you want. But I just wanted something a little bit more specific and more whole body after that experience. I think I shot the film. I did that for about a month, and then I looked around and I thought, well, instead of going to a gym, I could just go and buy something online. And then this VShred ad came up on YouTube.
What's the fastest way from point A to point B? It's a straight line.
And I was like, oh, this guy's a bit of a douchebag, never buy anything like that. So 60 seconds later, I bought it. And basically what happened was I just bought the entry level. I didn't buy the extra pack with it, because if you go to this website, they're going to try and suck you in with the upselling. So all I bought was like the base level for Australian dollars, which is like 90 American dollars, of just give me the VShred, get ripped in 90 days. And so I worked my way through that, and I'm actually up to my 3rd time doing it. So what I'm going to do is show you how it works, the basics of it, and what I think. I can kind of sum it up now, and I've done it twice. So I've done 90 days plus another 90 days, and then I've just done another 30 days. Okay, so 210 days just of that. And you look at Scott Adkins, I'm probably up to 250 days. There are rest days in there as well. But the main thing is, are you going to get results from this? And if I was to sum it up quickly, the base program, you don't want to buy any of the upsell, is actually good. The exercises are good. All the dietary plan they give you there, and all the recipes and all that is really good. The high intensity training, which they recommend after each workout, is really good. But I don't do that because I feel it at my age. So what I do is I'll try and supplement it. Technically, to get that fat burn, I should do it straight after the workout, but I don't do that. I'll go and train jiu-jitsu later in the day, or I might do the lifting and the circuit. And I'll do some kind of jiu-jitsu and then surfing later in the day. But the high intensity training, you're just running them down or doing high intensity workout for half an hour, and that's getting the fat burning. That's fantastic. All that stuff's great. The diet stuff is great. My partner, she's unbelievable, so I'm really lucky there. So I can be really lazy about the diet, just eat whatever's available. And if I did have, and I do it here under the house, my kids occasionally work out with me, which is great too, extra motivation, or I'll put something on Spotify. So if you're motivated, even when you're just going to do the bare minimum in a way, so you're just really just doing the lifting program, then I reckon the results are pretty good. There's only one caveat in this whole thing that I'll tell you about. Just quickly, you can do a gym workout if you get around crappy weights off Facebook, which I did for $300, old rusty weights. You can also check out, it's like a body weight program he's got in there. So you don't need weights, you can do it in your lounge room. So that's good. There's so many good things about this. The only thing is this upselling to supplements in there. And all of that stuff I think is pretty good. The hormone replacement stuff, that stuff I'd stay clear of. I never use it. You can't even do it in Australia. I don't go near it. I wouldn't go near it if I was you. That's my only recommendation. I wouldn't buy any of the upsell. If you want a good program just for lifting, hitting all body parts, then I recommend it. The only supplements I use and I did this, I had one professional MMA fight about 4 years ago. Big one comes through, have a couple of those, have one of those, yeah, that's for
one
you.
or two getting
This is the same way I prepared for that. I use vital greens. So I have a scoop of that, and then I put a little bit of aminos in there, and creatine, which is everyone, every gym will use a bit of that for recovery or a bit of muscle growth. And then I have like a multivitamin for over 50s. I'll mix it all up. It's a disgusting green drink. Looks like Kermit the Frog's been put in a blender. I chuck that down, wash it down, and that's all I have. So I don't do anything else apart from that. It does help me with recovery, but I do notice that I've put on a bit of bulk, and I'm sure that that's a combination of the lifting and aminos and creatine as well. And also the fact that I've done it 2.5 times. So the way it works is it works with supersets, which is something I was a bit of a mind fuck originally, but it's not that hard. So each day, day 1, you'll do chest and shoulders. Day 2, you'll do, or you might do chest and back. Then you do day 2, you'll do legs, shoulders and abs, and then day 3 is arms. So that's what we're doing today, is arms. And then what they do is a combination of supersets. So they generally have, you do ab exercises as a supplementary thing on day 2, but generally there's 3 supersets. So you might be doing, today we'll do being arms. So I'll do a preacher curl, and then you'll do a skull crusher laying down. So you're hitting the biceps, you're hitting the triceps. So you'll do a 1 set of 15, and then you'll drop down, you have a minute's break, don't look at your phone, and then you drop down to a set of 12, and then you do another set of 8, and then you do a drop set. So you halve the weight completely, and you go to failure. And then that's the 3 sets. Arms is the shortest day, you try and get it over in 45 minutes. Bottom line is, I think it works. I'm happy with it as long as you stay away from the bullshit. I don't work for VShred, nothing here, Vital Greens, none of those guys. I don't endorse them. I'm not sponsored, not making any money off this whatsoever. It's just purely out of interest, especially for people that are getting older but want to stay, in good shape without any bullshit gimmicks going on there, and not trying to sell any, roids or any shit like that. Stay away from that shit. And the only other thing I'll say is I'm going to do a bit of workout now, show the kind of things they do. The other thing I do is if I can't find or haven't got a machine to do the actual gym program, I'll go on YouTube, I'll do a freeway alternate. The other good thing about VShred is that they do have Vince or one of his buddies in the gym doing the exercise, showing the actual form, because it's all about correct form. And also they're big on dropping the weight, so you don't have to go big on weight, you just have to be big on maintaining the form and having time under tension. So, back in the 90s, you'd be lifting as much weight as you could up like this. And that's where the development was. More it's about lifting here and then time under tension on the way down, which is kind of the reverse of the way things used to be. So I will dig out off iCloud or something a before photo of myself when I was in okay shape then, pretty good shape by standards compared to other people my age. And then I'll show you what I look like at the end of this session. So let's have a look at what we're going to do first. Easy bar skull crushers, easy bar curl. I'll be back in a second and we'll set that shit up. Alrighty, so I've set up my easy bar curl here. So I'm going to do a set of 15 of these and then lay down and do the skull crushers. Time for skull crushers. Technique here is to not hit the tripod. And I definitely feel a pump after that. The only thing I'd say now is after so long, because I've got a birthday coming up, so I will reassess then, or at the end of this. I've probably got another 60 days left of this particular round. But I'm probably too big. My t-shirts are hard to take off. 12. If you're spending hours in here, it's a good way to crush your enthusiasm. So you just want to keep it going smoothly. Steady pace, don't rush the workout, but don't make it longer than it has to be. There's the portal on the VShred. You have your own account, and it gives you a calendar all the days, and you just tick off each day you've done. When you complete, it asks you complete workout, tick that box. About every 3 days, they put in a rest day. It definitely makes my jiu-jitsu better. It makes me stronger. This is the last one before the drop set. Now I'm going to do drop set. I'll just take these off. Now failure, you just keep going till you can't go anymore. There's there's a few theories in my head about this one, because sometimes it's like, if I had a guy screaming at me, Dave Goggins here, just screaming at me, I'd probably do like double what I could normally do. But you should just stop when you're fucked or it's hurting. Here we go, drop set time. Just remember, shiny weights in a expensive fitness club weigh the same as rusty weights in what looks like a serial killer den. Let's see what's next. Okay, I'm back. Done a reposition of the gym, and I've got the ropes triceps extension, which is going to look like this, hitting the triceps here. Then I'm going to do a rope hammer curl. And the rope hammer curl, your normal rope hammer curl, you'd have like a machine, and then you'd have 2 bits of rope, and you're pulling them up to your head like this. I'm doing a modified version of that. There's so many times out there, people do this all the time. Doesn't matter what gym you go to, you could have the biggest expert on gym programs and form, and someone will come and go, oh, you're doing that wrong. There's so many theories, but it just comes down to common sense and not hurting yourself. Don't put too much weight on. Use good form. Put time under tension. All those things, really small variations in form. Yeah, they might change your body a little bit, but as long as, if you're just sitting there, you wouldn't put like 5 kilograms in this hand and do 75. If you could on this arm, you'd end up with like one arm bigger than the other. It's just logic. So you can see the form I'm using for this, the modification I'm using for it. It's an alt if you don't have the machine. So we're going to get stuck into this now. No more talking. Was a temptation to cheat on that last set. Old rusty weights, I recommend them. Some of the stuff you see at bulk warehouses of sporting gear aren't very good. This stuff's, it's old, but it does the job. So we're going to get through these pretty quickly today. Okay, I've set up the final superset. It's going to be a incline bench hammer curl. There's going to be a lot of groaning on this one. Extend, grab it with one hand, crossing the body to 90 degrees, and then lifting it up to 15 times either side. Other side. You also notice these weights are really asymmetrical. Probably not recommended. And also I've built up to these weights over many months. Not that they're that crazy heavy. I don't do crazy heavy weights. Doesn't take long. Really feeling it around here. That'll do. Okay. So there we go. Let's debrief. So there you have it. Space is all cleaned up now. Feeling good. Got the endorphins flowing. Got a sweat up. Always feel a lot better after a workout. And basically a lot of the time the goal is just to get to this moment as opposed to the workout itself. So as far as VShred goes, as I said, I don't work for them. I don't make any money off VShred. And my opinion after all this time and having gone through it twice, 90 days twice, and now I'm up to another 30 days, so I'll probably do another 60. It's really good as long as you don't make a deal with the devil, right? Vince seems like a nice guy, but don't go for the upsell. Just buy the basic program. If you don't have any gym gear, it's really good. The dietary advice is great too, because not only do you have someone that can give you a bunch of recipes, but they're giving you a workout that can work if you've got equipment or you don't have equipment, which I think is a real advantage. You don't have to sit in the gym with a bunch of people waiting in line for some other guy to write you a program that he's probably written for 20 other people. At least this way you know you're getting kind of like a mass program, but it does work. But the thing I wouldn't do, just stay away from the supplements. Do your own research. Don't order in line. I mean, that's probably, I'd love to see the business model, because, you know, subscriptions would be X amount of dollars, and then the upsell would be so much more. I reckon there'll be a pyramid, and most of the underneath the 7/8 is actually the supplements, and especially the hormone stuff. Anything you can't buy in Australia, I just stay away from. But you know, use your own greens, use your own supplements, and use sensible stuff. You just don't want to end up looking like some roided out freak. So don't go anywhere near that stuff. And that's basically my opinion. After this time, I can say it's good for me at my age. It supplements the activities I've already got going. There's nothing like real activity. So whether you're running or doing jiu-jitsu like I do, or like surfing like I do, or playing some other kind of sport, it's good. I can show you what I look like now.